everyone. This week I've been feeling very vulnerable and sensitive, and that is why I am not making any of those teaching videos this week. And I want to be talking about my general life and the things that I've been thinking about this whole week. Let me tell you the things that I've been thinking about this entire week. I've been thinking about how my life has come full circle and how I've come to understand so many things that I had no understanding of before this time. And also I've been thinking about how I would never understand the things, I would never know the things that I know right now, that I know today, if I didn't have the wounds that I had in my childhood and the way my personality developed in my childhood. So let me start. As a child, I was a very narcissistic personality type, which means that I only cared about my self-interest. I only cared about my academic records. I only cared about my achievements. I only cared about how to be successful in life. This sounds very realistic, and this sounds like this is what everyone wants in life and this is how everyone should think in life. But I've been there. Like, all of my school life has been all about successes and achievements and everything. And I didn't feel an ounce of happiness all of my life. Like, all of my school life, I was coming first in class. I was having all those achievements, those medals, those inter school competitions and stuff. And there came a point in my life when I realized that none of this is giving me any happiness whatsoever. And that was the point that I felt that maybe there is more to life than just this. There had to be, because these things were not making me happy. These successes were not making me happy. So from a narcissistic personality type, I jumped into a codependent personality style, which basically means that, okay, when you don't get any happiness through successes in life, what do you think about? You think about friendships, you think about relationships, that's what you think about. So I thought, if successes can't give you any kind of happiness that's long lasting or whatever, then what I'm lacking is good relationships in my life, good people, with whom I can get along. Before this, I used to talk to a lot of people, but it was just about my achievements again. It was never about me, the me behind the achievements. It was never a conversation about that. And it was almost like people are watching a curtain of me. They don't know me, they just know this curtain of me that achieves. So from that perspective, the only realistic thing that came in my mind was that if I want people to if I want to get along with people, I have to become useful to them. I have to do something for them. So my good point was academics. Till now I had invested all of my life in academics, so that's what I thought. People came to me for academic help, and I was always like, yeah, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you with academics, I'm gonna help you with your studies. And I started giving. I just started helping like hell. Very soon I realized that people are just coming for the academic help and they're going away. I still don't feel like I'm getting along with people. And that's when reality hit me hard. It was like, I'm not getting any happiness out of my success. I'm not getting any happiness out of my friendships. Then what the hell is left? And that really ruined my entire perspective on life. Like, what am I gonna do? And that is where I started all my research about personality types and how the mind works and why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling and stuff like that. And all that information that I gathered over past many years is what I try to share through this YouTube series of mine. But today I decided to make a little bit of difference and share this part of my story. So, after all this entire experience, I realized one major thing. I realized the main reason why I was not happy with anything. The reason was I had no self-worth. Not at all. You know, we think that the people who are achieving a lot in their life, they should feel very confident, they should have a lot of self-worth and self-confidence. That's not the truth. For example, in my case, all the effort that I was putting into my academics, all the effort that I was putting into achieving a lot of things was because of the fact that I believed that I'm nothing without those achievements. Me without achievements, without academics, without all of that is nothing. That was my belief. And then when I got into people, I want to make friendships, what I did was that I myself have nothing valuable in me. That was my belief. I believed that I have nothing valuable within me, so other people will find me valuable only if I can do something for them. Because if I'm not doing something to them or giving them something, then I have no innate value of my own. Without the successes, without the people, I'm nothing. That's the understanding that I came to. And we spend most of our lives escaping from this fact because most of us feel like this. We go to that party, we study hard, we enter into relationships for one reason alone, because we want to escape the fact that if we sit alone with ourselves, we will feel miserable, we will feel scared of ourselves. We will have to face all our insecurities. That's why we spend our entire life escaping all of that. But that doesn't take us anywhere, quite literally. So that's what happened to me, when nothing helped, I was left with nothing, basically. But that's when I came to know why I was not happy with anything. I was not happy with anything because I believed I don't deserve to be happy. And now I know that upfront most people think that they deserve to be happy. I thought that all my life. I thought that I think like this all my life. But when I dropped into my mind and really saw my subconscious beliefs, this is what I came to know. I believe that I don't deserve to be happy, and that's what most of us believe. That was the only problem. That was the thing that I had to look into. That's when I realized that to be happy, it doesn't even matter what you're doing or with whom you are, or you're alone or you're with people. None of this matters. At least not in the first step. First, you have to know what you are. That's the most important thing. Without knowing that, you can never be happy. And I didn't know what I was. I had no idea what I am. What are my likes? What are my dislikes? What do I want in life? I was getting into academics so that I don't have to face pain later in my life. That's why we study hard, so that we don't have to face pain later in our life. We enter into relationships so that we don't have to face the pain of loneliness. But because of this escape, we never truly taste happiness. And at this point, I decided that I don't want to live this life that everyone lives of unhappiness, of escape. I wanted to know who I am, and I wanted to act in accordance with that, not according to what other people want me to do. That's what we have been doing. Even when we think that we are doing things for ourselves, when we are only caring about our self-interest, when we only care about our needs, we are coming from a mentality of lack. We don't know what we are. Because if we knew what we are, if we knew what our likes are, what our dislikes are, they would be so important part of us that nothing can remove that identity from you. You know, if our identity is, if we know ourselves, nothing can shatter us. And there is no fear left. We desperately care about only our self-interest because we live in fear. We are not sure what we really want, so we try to just hoard everything that we have because we don't know how we are going to create anything the next moment. We don't have trust in ourselves to create the things that we want. We live an entire life of fear and we name it that we are living for ourselves. We are not living for ourselves, because when a person knows who they are, they're no longer in fear. And I didn't want to live this life of fear. I wanted to know myself. Knowing yourself is literally the first step towards a real life. So, I don't think I can cover everything in this one video, and that is why I make this entire series. I try to discuss all the life hacks that I have come to know, what personalities are, how our mind functions, how we perceive loneliness, and how it is such a big problem in everyone's life right now. The path towards all your successes, all good relationships in your life, is to first know what is it that will make you feel happy. And being so strongly in understanding of what you are, that every action comes from a point of inspiration and not because you have to do it. When inspiration becomes your driving force in life, everything you do becomes a happiness. And I'm not saying that it's happiness 24 hours a day. All I'm saying is that the ups and downs of life become worth it. At the end of the day, every feeling becomes important. You become alive, basically. You feel life for the first time. And that is what my mission in my life has become now. I want to know myself. I want to figure what I like, what I dislike, and why I say that it is not so easy for us to know ourselves. Just think about the last time when you felt like you really felt you wanted to say no to someone, but you said yes. Or you really wanted to say yes to someone for something, to some project, to some trip, but you said no because of something you had to do. That in itself is a proof that we are not living up to our own self, We are not living according to our own personal sense of self. And most of the times we don't even know we want to say yes or we want to say no, and we're just going through life just like that. And it changes your life to know things. Every bit of understanding that you gain about yourself changes your life. And the life becomes topsy and turvy. My life is completely topsy and turvy. It's full of ups and downs. But at the end of it, it's worth it. Because in the journey, you get to meet people who actually care about you. In the journey, you get to meet people who don't care what you're doing or what you're not doing. They just want to be around you. Like, just think about it. Someone just wanting to be around you. That's the best feeling. One of the best feeling, at least. Think about a success in which the journey was as much pleasurable and you didn't have to sog around, you didn't have to think that every day of your life is so miserable to get to that success. And all of that is on the other side of knowing yourself, saying yes to yourself and saying no to the things that are not you, and to start by figuring out what is it that you actually want to say yes to, and what is it that you want to say a no to. Easier said than done. So that is all I've been thinking about in this week. This has been a very impromptu video. I just spoke what my heart wanted to say, and I hope you take something out of it. And of course, all the videos that I make is a reflection of this, a reflection of the things that I've understood about life, and also my artistic expression of myself, my poetry and all the other artistic creations that I make is me expressing myself. And by every time you express yourself, you know yourself more. It's like a cycle. That's it, I guess. And I'll see you guys in my next video next week. Bye guys.